Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. If you are new to this channel, I invite you to subscribe to join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. Here through this platform, we are creating a truly beautiful, supportive, and uplifting space. Regardless of whether or not you consider yourself to be a twin flame, although I know that most of us who are parts of this YouTube collective here on this channel do identify as being on a twin flame journey. And that really brings me to what I want to discuss today, which is the twin flame glimpse. The interesting thing about twin flames is that we never really meet one another. And what I mean by that is because we share the same soul origin, our souls originated at the same moment, so to speak, although time doesn't really exist in that kind of linear way. This is just a kind of way to conceptualize it. We have this core soul frequency shared between only ourselves and our twin. And because of this, there is an inherent energetic connectedness between twin flame counterparts that doesn't exist anywhere near to this level or degree within any other form of soul bond. So you have never met your twin flame, energetically speaking, spiritually speaking, not once in any of your lifetimes, which if you are a twin flame, it's probably been many lifetimes for you because twin flames do tend to be very ancient souls. However, with that being said, every lifetime we choose to experience amnesia of the soul, meaning that we don't remember having met our twin flame previously in so much of a conscious way. However, there is this awareness, this feeling of familiarity. That's usually the word twin flames will use to describe it. Familiarity between twin flames that exists because it's not a new person you are meeting who is familiar. It is you meeting someone in the physical world that you have always been and always will be energetically entwined with. But with all of that being said, this physical 3D points of meeting in our state of soul amnesia between twin flames in a lifetime is extremely significant. And it's significant for many reasons, but namely because when we are present with a person, even virtually, this can happen to some degree, but physically it happens the most strongly because we aren't only present with that person energetically, virtually, emotionally, but we are also physically, bodily present with that person. And whenever we are present with a person, there is a certain degree of auric merge that takes place, meaning that our aura can begin to somewhat merge with the auras of those around us. This is how belief systems also get formed and then automatically picked up, because when a group of people in the same geographical location is holding a certain belief pattern in their vibration, it's effortlessly transferred to anyone who is touching them, aurically speaking, meaning that they are in the same physical proximity as that person. But anyway, when it comes to twin flames, as I said, this auric merge does happen to some degree with everyone that we meet. It's part of what we mean when we say that everyone we meet is connected to us. We are all together. On the energy level, we are much more merged and connected with one another's consciousness than we believe ourselves to be. But with twin flames, this merge doesn't just happen to a degree on this kind of outer level or layer. It happens to the very core of our soul. And this is because there is this, again, natural bondedness between our energies. We are resonating, we are vibrating at the exact same frequency. So by the law of attraction, which is the dominant law governing our universe, we are pulled together with our twin flame, our identical core soul frequency. By the rule of like attracts like, naturally we would be the most bonded and the most likely, not just likely, it's inevitable, this kind of deep level energy merge process. Again, it happens with everyone, but only to the degree of connectedness on a soul level, on an energy level that we have with that person. So, for example, with people who are not parts of your immediate soul family, meaning their soul's frequency is very, very different from yours. This means that yes, your auras will still slightly merge, but there won't be that kind of depth of merging there. With our soulmates, romantically and platonically, there is a deeper level merging that does occur with soulmates. However, with twin flames, it's taken to this whole other level, down to the very core of us. And this kind of energy merging process is part of what pulls up within us everything, all of those wounds, all of those negative patterns, everything about us that we have put on, like our personality, identity in this lifetime, that is out of resonance, that is out of alignment with that pure core soul frequency that we are now being drawn back into. And all of this is just to say what we experience with our twin, especially meeting in some way, either virtually or physically in this 3D lifetime, is so incredibly intense. And our souls know this on a higher self level. So they choose to slowly introduce twin flames to one another on the energetic and less conscious levels prior to this full-blown conscious interaction. So the key about this twin flame glimpse is that this is the introduction process for twin flames in a lifetime that happens, so to speak, prior to their actual introduction, meaning these are ways in which twin flames slowly get accustomed to one another's energy. They actually get pulled closer together in the energy realm first. And this shows up in certain really profound signs and synchronicities. And I'm going to get into that in a moment. But the first thing I want to say about the twin flame glimpse, just like with any experience I discuss regarding twin flame connection, this is highly unique and individualized to each set of twin flame counterparts. So very likely, as I share these potential signs or different ways that the twin flame glimpse can be experienced, very likely you will not resonate with every single one of these signs. In fact, you may only resonate with one of them or a few of them. And that is because we choose on a soul level to have these uniquely tailored signs and experiences. Again, all of this is highly divinely orchestrated, meaning orchestrated by our divine self, our higher self, and our twin flames higher self. It's simply that we, from our human perspective in this lifetime, have this amnesia to those deeper level soul plans and intentions. So it's really my goal through this podcast and through every one of my videos to reconnect you with your own inner knowing, to help you remember what your soul already knows about your twin flame and about everything along your life path. So with all of that being said, what are some different ways that the twin flame glimpse can occur? The number one way that we can experience the twin flame glimpse is by getting clues about our twin flame's identity. When I talk about this, I get the image of the story of Hansel and Gretel leaving a trail of breadcrumbs. And it's like this trail of clues that we are led onto somewhat unconsciously, because usually when we're receiving these so-called clues, honestly, our conscious mind very often steps in and doubts them, rejects them, doesn't even usually see them as they're happening, but it's usually in hindsight, looking back later on after becoming more spiritually awakened and more consciously connected with our twin, that we realize this kind of trail of events or experiences or signs that were really leading us to this culmination moments of physically meeting our twin in the 3D. So these clues, just like with all of these signs, can really vary from one person to the next, but very often twin flames experience things such as meeting or even dating someone prior to actually meeting their twin flame that shares some kind of similarity to their twin. Some may even refer to this as a false twin flame experience. Sometimes this person has your twin flame's same first name. They may have their eye color, their hair color. There could be just simply similar appearance traits about both your twin flame and this person you meet immediately prior or very soon prior to meeting your twin flame. Another way that twin flames can experience these clues of their counterpart's identity is through feeling some kind of a connection to some aspects of their twin flame prior to meeting without really knowing why. So you could be really drawn to a specific name, a specific like or dislike, a certain quirk or personality trait about other people. Things just begin to stand out to you or catch your eye or grab your attention. And this is actually a sign of this energetic introduction process happening between yourself and your twin. Really, with all of these signs, what's happening is you are picking up on this building momentum, this bringing together of you and your twin flame that is happening energetically prior to this point of meeting. The second way that this twin flame glimpse can happen is not only may you begin to pick up on certain characteristics of other people that suddenly stand out to you or that you suddenly feel drawn to, but you yourself can actually experience this unexplainable shifting of your own preferences, your own likes, dislikes, and tastes. So, for example, you could suddenly find yourself using a certain word or phrase that you never used before. You could find yourself drawn to a certain place or suddenly picking up a certain hobby, listening to a new style of movie or music, watching a different style of movie, eating different kinds of foods. And later on, you may actually discover that these new preferences you were drawn to were actually things that your twin liked and enjoyed. And the reason you were drawn to these things is because as the energetic momentum was building between the two of you, you were picking up more strongly on their energy. The third way this twin flame glimpse can happen is simply by feeling your twin flame's presence in a somewhat more conscious or stronger way than ever before. Now, of course, twin flames are always energetically connected, and because of this, they are always technically capable of experiencing consciously the presence of their twin flame with them, connected to them in the energy realm. But very often, the unique thing about this sign is it's something that happens even prior to usually knowing the term twin flames, or even really having a belief in these kinds of soul connections. For many of us, we didn't even really believe in the idea of soul connections or these kinds of esoteric spiritual concepts. We could come from a very rigid, logical background, or alternatively, we could come from a highly religious background that really rejected these kinds of New Age philosophies, as they're called, or spiritual ideas. So the key about this sign is you will feel your twin flame's presence. You will feel from your perspective in that moment. Maybe you don't know the term twin flames, but you might say, I just feel like there is someone that I'm going to meet, or someone that I am supposed to meet. You may also have a feeling of presence, a loving, warm presence around you at certain times that feels romantic in nature, but you just can't quite place it. It's not quite like anyone you've yet met in the physical world, and yet it is so distinct and familiar to you. The interesting thing about feeling your twin flame's presence more strongly in these moments prior to meeting is this can not only cause you to feel stronger love emotions for this unknown person or energy that you haven't yet met, but it can actually cause you to feel intensified loneliness as well, even sadness, romantically speaking. You may have been someone who was in a romantic relationship or someone who was happily single, but when this energy starts to surround you, so to speak, approach you, when you're able to pick up on the energetic approach of your twin flame prior to physically meeting them, you may actually find yourself feeling more lonely, feeling more aware of being single and not feeling as happy and free about it, feeling potentially lonelier and more sad. And this is because this is your ego thinking mind picking up on the absence of something that your soul is now strongly feeling that is present with you. It's like your soul is so strongly feeling this love that's coming in that your ego is stepping in and saying, but wait a second, my physical reality says I haven't met this person, that I am alone. And just begins to kind of fill you with those thoughts of sadness, loneliness, and doubts. Now, the fourth sign that you are experiencing the twin flame glimpse is you may start to receive more conscious 5D communication from your twin flame counterpart. Again, even before knowing the concept of twin flames, you may have dreams about your twin flame prior to meeting them that are actually astral meetings, conscious dream states, interactions between yourself and your twin. You may even have moments of hearing their voice, hearing them in your mind telepathically. And again, the tricky thing is here, Usually at this stage in the twin flame journey, your ego is still very present and very dominant, so it will step in and overlay a lot of doubts on these experiences, which is so often why we don't connect the dots until later on, until we are more spiritually awakened. And all of this brings me to the fifth sign. And this is perhaps the most traditional interpretation of the concept of the twin flame glimpse, which is actually seeing or having a kind of touch point in either the dream world, as we said earlier, but also even in the physical world with your twin flame, either slightly consciously or unconsciously without realizing it at the time, only realizing it later. Now, again, this can look a myriad of different ways, but for example, you and your twin flame may be in the same location at the same time and not realize that you were at that same location simultaneously until years down the road. Now, another way you might experience this is you may actually have a very quick interaction with your twin. You might glimpse them literally in the physical. You might lock eyes with them from across a room or something like that. The key here is, though, because this on a divinely orchestrated level isn't meant to be your actual meeting point. Usually these meetings, even if you do exchange a hello or have eye contact with your twin flame, because they happen when you are still not yet made conscious of one another, you usually will not connect the dots about all of these experiences until you are in the future looking back on them. So I do hope this video was helpful for some of you who might be at that point where you are connecting the dots, where you are putting the pieces of this beautiful and at times chaotic and confusing and yet exhilarating and expansive twin flame puzzle together. And I hope that I can be part of your twin flame journey if you are on a twin flame journey, or your spiritual journey more broadly speaking. If I do resonate with you, I do really hope you will consider subscribing to this channel. Also, I have created a 7-chakra twin flame clearing subliminal meditation, and this is my most powerful sound therapy energy clearing tool for twin flames because it works through each of the 7 chakra centers in the energy body, uprooting any limiting beliefs or negative energies that we store in these so-called energy centers, otherwise known as chakras, of course. And really the purpose overall of this subliminal meditation is to deeply reprogram your subconscious mind, therefore reprogramming and magnetizing your energy field, because the subconscious mind is so deeply connected to your energy field, and subliminals are really the best tool for reprogramming that subconscious level of your mind, those deeper layers of your energy field. So the goal with this subliminal is really to assist you in returning to that space of inner total harmony and self-reconnection through the portal of unconditional love, through fully holding that frequency, raising yourself to that frequency of pure unconditional love, which is highly magnetic within twin flame connection. So this subliminal is available through my website, soundandsoulful.com. I do have over 100 subliminals for different areas of life on this website, so be sure to explore around the website if you feel guided to do so. You can try out this twin flame 7-chakra clearing or any subliminal I've created completely free for 7 days by creating a free trial account on my website, and all of that information is linked under this video. Thank you so much for joining me here today, for tuning in to this podcast. I hope it resonated with you, and if so, please leave me a comment and let me know if you have experienced the twin flame glimpse, and if so, which of these signs or experiences of glimpsing your twin flame apply to you personally. Have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next podcast.